Hello, faithful viewers. Welcome to G for G here on YouTube. Today we are taking a look at Evolve Stage 2, otherwise known as Evolve 2.0, or Evolve, the free-to-play coming. So, Evolve, in case you are not aware, was a game that came out quite a while back. It is from Turtle Rock and 2K Studios. When it was released, it was quite a unique little game. It basically is a 4 versus 1 mismatch of one monster versus 4 humans piloting one of the 4 hunter classes in the game. And let me go ahead and show you that part of it over here. So, of course, as the humans, you have the trapper set, the assault set, the medic set, and the support set. And there are different characters in each category, each with their own strengths and weaknesses. For example, in the medic category, Lazarus is the only one who can res people without penalty, but other people have AoE healing. Markov is probably one of the more straightforward of assaults, and then there's assaults that do different things. So it's basically whichever one you like the most, and also some are better against other monsters than others in each class. So when Evolve came out, it came out to quite a bit of hype. There was a lot of people very excited for the game. It was very unique, and as you can see here from this Goliath, it's quite beautiful. Well, the problem was, when the beta was out, it was, lots of hype, lots of streamers on it. One of my favorite streamers of all time for the game was a guy by the name of Sacriel, who unfortunately was not strictly an Evolve streamer. He did tons of other stuff, but when he was doing Evolve, I loved watching him because he taught you about the game. He's like, so I'm going to go here, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to drop in from here, and I'm going to do that, and this is going to surprise them, and they're not going to know. I mean, he trained you to be better as he streamed the game. The game went live, and the fanfare and the hype continued, but eventually, sort of like Titanfall, Evolve's player populace just began to dip and dip and dip and dip. At one point, I was one of the world top 500 Sunnies in the support class, and they released a patch that involved like rank play and everything, and right around that time, things just began to really dwindle for them. So here's the monster. The monster moves in third person, whereas the hunters move in first. And at the beginning of each match, the hunters have pretty much the advantage. Mostly because of the fact is that this guy over here levels up as the match goes on, but the hunters do not. And in the beginning, before the monster has fed a lot, built up a lot of armor, and begun to evolve and everything, things are on somewhat even footing unless the monster is really, really bad or the hunters are just really bad. So, the game was fun, and I don't know, it just kind of died out. And it started to the point where it took forever to get matches and everything, especially with the rank play and the placement matches and everything like that. You could sit in the queue for a huge amount of time, and then more often than not, by the time you were done with the queue, somebody was like, oh, forget this, I gotta go to bed, I've got work to do, and, you know, they'd leave as everything would get started. So Evolve pretty much became a large disappointment and started to die. Well, taking a cue from some games before it that really were not part of this genre, but more of the MMO genre like WildStar and things like that, Evolve has now done a shocking turn and come out as free to play. The good thing is they are really rewarding those who had purchased everything before the game went free to play. Now, the first time you sign into the game, there's going to be some issues. A lot of your stuff will be reset. Now, I never uninstalled Evolve, but I was tempted quite a few times. I did leave it in my Steam library and on the hard drive and everything. And I was really close to uninstalling it, but I didn't. And when I fired it up today after the patch and the free-to-play, my keybinds were not what they used to be. So, what happened is I dropped in as a hunter, and I was like, I can't move, one of my abilities, and I got everything fixed, and then I had a DX crash. It was like, okay, that's, like, really embarrassing. So I'm gonna sneak past all Batman style these birds here. I shall leap like a leaper in the night. So as you can see here, what the monster does is he runs around and he kills the local flora and fauna. And then he eats them. And you can see that big blue radius dial over here. That is my progression towards evolving. When I evolve, I have the chance to spend talent points. And I can either dump everything into one particular ability or peanut butter smooth it out. So here, that's how I ran that loadout. And the tutorial now, it unlocks people that you probably already have. So like for me, I had already had Markov, I already had this monster. I mean, it was the default monster and everything like that. But I had to redo the tutorial in order to unlock it. So I've already unlocked Markov again. As you can see here, I'm going through the monster tutorial, which is Goliath. Pretty much the one that was like available in the beta, and just kind of the icon of Evolve in reality. So there's my rock throw. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and pass through the rest of this tutorial over here. And go fricassee some dudes. Now, at this point, if this was an actual match, I would be continuing to go through my evolve meter again to go towards stage 3. So, where the monster has a benefit is later on, because he levels up and the hunters do not. At level 3, he has now reached maximum power. And when he gets up to maximum power, he has the ability to destroy the relay on each map, and instead of killing the hunters, he can win simply by destroying the relay. However, if he takes any damage while attempting to destroy the relay, it will get interrupted. Sort of like channeling a spell in World of Warcraft or something. Now at this point, it wants me to go over here and kill this rare albino, which will give me a buff. If the hunters kill this thing, the hunters get the buff instead. And so now my damage has gone up, and it wants me to traverse over to this waypoint. So now, here comes the assault and the medic. That's the support. That's Hank. And there's the trapper, who has Daisy, the smelling dog. So now what they've done is they've put up the dome, which traps me in. Now typically, as a monster, you have several different high priority targets over here. The assault, of course, is doing the most amount of damage to you. So getting rid of an assault pretty early on simply lessens the amount of damage that you take. Getting rid of the support gets rid of the shields. Getting rid of the trapper gets rid of the dome. So I have taken care of the assault. I'm hovering by him so that they can't res him. And if I was to permadeath him over here, I could actually eat him and gain armor and evolution. So he's getting healed by the medic. So now the assault is back up. So Lazarus, one of the medics, has the ability to res without penalty. Part of the reason why the monster gets so much stronger later on is that every time the hunters die, they lose a percentage of their hit points. So they no longer res at full hit points. So they become easier and easier to kill. As the monster gets more and more advanced, the hunters just get weaker and weaker. If you put all 4 down, there's nobody left to res, you win. Which is what's going to happen right here. So, you know, as a monster, you have different priorities to kill. Getting rid of the medic stops the heal. Getting rid of the support stops the invincibility shields. Killing the assault stops damage in your face. And killing the trapper takes down a dome. And potential future domes. As you can see here, the Goliath is now unlocked. So now that this is a free-to-play game, we have aspects of the game that we've never had before. You have a daily login that you get. You also have challenges, like over here. I can win a match as an assault, support, or Kraken, and I will get whatever this chest thing is. If I play 3 matches as these guys over here, I get coin. And that's what this is up here. My badges also reset. I no longer have access to the badges I did, and I'm level 1. But because I'm a founder, I got this cool little animated flying one. So here are the characters, and as you can see from me, they are all unlocked because I am a founder. We have the Goliath, the Meteor Goliath, the Kraken, an Elder Kraken, which I've never played around with, I'm not aware of him. Wraith, which was fairly new to me. I hadn't wraithed a whole lot, but I did do a good amount of Behemoth thing when they first came out. And Gorgon, which is the spider, was very new. I haven't gotten to play with him at all. That was part of the DLC after I'd stopped playing. The assaults give you Markov, Blitz Markov, which is new to me. Hyde, definitely did my share of Hyde back in the day. Parnell was really good Parnell. Torvald did a little bit of him, and Lennox, who is new to me. We have Maggie, who I didn't use a whole lot. Then there's Wasteland Maggie, which is new. Griffin. I did a lot of Abe and a lot of Crow. And I have not gotten a chance to do Jack yet. No pun intended. Val. the default medic, Rogue Val, Lazarus, who I did quite a bit of, Sierra, who I definitely did a lot of Sierra, and Slim when he was released. Here, Emmett is a psychotic robot, I think, with dual personalities. I haven't gotten a chance to do him yet. Hank, Tech Sergeant Hank. I played a lot of Bucket. I was a pretty good Bucket. Decent with Cabot, and I was a World Top 500 Sunny for a while. And now there is Kala. So there's the different classes and the monsters. And when you go to play now, you have Hunt, Ranked, and Custom. You have to have a level 20 account to get into Ranked now, which kind of sucks because, you know, if you got up relatively high and then just abandoned Evolve for newer and better games, you are going to get reset and you're going to lose a lot of stuff. So, we have two people who prefer Assault, one who prefers a Monster, one who prefers a Medic, so most likely I will get Support, this person will get Medic, that'll be the Monster, and then one of these two are going to get switched over to Trapper. So I'm going to do Sunny, and pick up where I left off. Being a founder gave me a bunch of these skins. And now I get to pick perks. These are perks that I unlocked as being a founder, and some of them I can pay. I tend to like the jetpack efficiency here, or Rocket Man. Over here in this tier, I don't have a whole lot unlocked, but I can spend my K-coin over there to do it. And then over here, another Rocket King. Speed and boost are pretty good for Sunny. And that's it. So this is what the game is like now. If you have Logitech keyboards with the screens on them, or illuminated keyboards, you will get color changing in Evolve depending on what you play. So if you're Monster, you get a deep red. If you are Support, you get what I have now, which is kind of a urine yellow. Medics will give you blue, and Trappers will give you green, and Assault gives you another form of red. Over here, these people have unlocked some new badges, and me and the Parnell are probably founders because we both have the floating one. So at this point, it looks like he's selecting what monster to play. You don't know as a hunter what your other hunters are picking or what the monster is picking, so nobody gets an advantage out of that. So there is Evolve 2.0. Let's see if this game can make a comeback now that it's free to play and hopefully not have a ridiculously annoying cash shop. Thanks for checking out the video, everybody. Have a good one.